Environmental leadership and sustainability for populations over 100,000. Central Coast Council Central Coast Waterways Report Card. The Central Coast Waterways Report Card is an innovative water quality monitoring program focused on ecological health of estuaries of the New South Wales Central Coast. The program builds on the New South Wales Estuary Ecosystem Health Protocols and is delivered in partnership with scientists from the New South Wales Department of Planning, Industry and Environment. The Waterways Report Card is developed and published annually by the Central Coast Council, with the first report for the whole local government area delivered in 2019. Central Coast Council Connecting Our Foreshores project. Estuary foreshores support important and sensitive ecosystems that are easily impacted by foreshore activities. This presents management challenges when balancing environmental, community and economic needs. To meet this challenge, Central Coast Council has taken an integrated approach along 5 kilometres of foreshore in Tuggerah Lakes, connecting and improving foreshore habitat and connecting the community with foreshore environments, known as the Connecting Our Foreshores project. City of Canterbury Bankstown Eyes on It campaign. Recent survey information indicates that 90% of our community are concerned about illegal dumping and want a cleaner, greener city. To better understand and reduce illegal dumping in Canterbury Bankstown, Council embarked on the ambitious and intensive Eyes on It anti-dumping campaign, working closely with Sydney RID Squad and local community groups. The goal of the campaign was to reduce illegal dumping items in streets and in hotspots throughout the city by reframing dumping as wrong and increasing knowledge as it carries a fine of up to $4,000. City of Newcastle Smart, Liveable, Sustainable Newcastle. City of Newcastle is a proudly forward-thinking council that has been actively involved in sustainability and carbon reduction initiatives for decades. Our community strategic plan, Newcastle 2030, reflects the community's vision as a leading lifestyle city that is smart, livable and sustainable. Incorporating the UN Sustainable Development Goals, our guiding principles include considering long-term and cumulative effects of actions on future generations and to consider the principles of ecological sustainable development. Georges River Council Cars Bush Park Foreshore Naturalisation. This project has aimed to unlock the biodiversity potential of Cars Bush Park Foreshore by designing and constructing infrastructure that allows natural coastal processes such as tidal ingress to influence the foreshore. Through the reintroduction of natural processes and habitat structures with integrated environments, the Cars Bush Park Foreshore Naturalisation project has developed innovative estuarine ecosystems including rock pools at varying intertidal levels, longer foreshore slopes and crevices, mud flats for mangroves and benthic organisms, a naturalised mud creek and endangered salt marsh benches. Lake Macquarie Council Let's Go Solar. The purpose of the Let's Go Solar project was to provide local solutions to the global problem of climate change, supporting the uptake of renewable energy in the Lake Macquarie LGA via community renewable energy solutions. Community energy projects are those which a community comes together to develop, deliver and benefit from sustainable energy. They can involve energy supply projects such as renewable energy installations and storage. Benefits to Council of Community Renewable Energy is to help reach emission reduction targets. Community benefits include regaining control of energy costs, keeping energy profits local, and forming relationships with each other and organisations. Northern Beaches Council Protect, Create, Live Northern Beaches Environment and Climate Change Strategy 2040. The unique natural environment of the Northern Beaches features rare plants and animals, coastal beaches and extensive bushland. Our community treasure this nature and their connection to it. We also face the issue of climate change and acknowledge that we need direction to inspire immediate and widespread action. Our newly formed council set out to create a united vision for how to protect our natural environment and shape a bright environmental future. Northern Beaches Council Swap for Good business program. Northern Beaches Council identified that businesses wanted to reduce single-use plastic, however needed information and support to get started. In 2019, the Swap for Good business program was created to provide direction and empower businesses. Waste educators work with over 2,000 food and beverage businesses. The program included personal and online engagement, events, workshops, webinars, and a resource kit with action plans, posters, and preferred suppliers list. To support these resources, the behaviour change, sustainable procurement, and marketing guides were developed. Randwick City Council implementing Randwick Council's 100% renewables and zero emissions roadmap. Since 2019, Randwick Council has been developing and implementing a comprehensive 100% renewables and zero emissions roadmap. The roadmap responds to the following targets adopted at Council's March 2018 meeting: reducing Council's greenhouse gas emissions to zero by 2030 via the 100% replacement from an on-site or off-site renewables, net zero greenhouse emissions from Council's vehicle fleet, total water consumed by council operations reduced at least 50% from alternative water supplies, and 50% increase in total tree canopy from 2018 levels. Randwick City Council Beach Pollution Ends Here campaign. In November 2019, Randwick Council launched the End Beach Pollution website to help reduce the amount of rubbish that was ending up in our ocean. The website forms the central part of a multimedia campaign to help residents understand that litter on the street goes down into the stormwater drain and into the ocean. The website is complemented by a social media campaign, outdoor advertising, cinema advertising, fact sheet, children's activity sheet, and GPS-enabled map that allows residents to track the journey from a stormwater drain to the beach. Randwick City Council, Waverley Council and Woollahra Council's Tri-Council Eastern Suburbs Electric Vehicle Public Charging Network. In June 2019, Waverley, Woollahra and Randwick Councils became the first councils in Sydney and New South Wales to establish a public on-street electric vehicle charging station network for residents and vehicles. The charging network comprises 7 charging stations located in key destination hotspots across Sydney's eastern suburbs. It provides our residents with the confidence to buy and use an electric vehicle, knowing that they won't be left stranded without charge in their vehicles. More importantly, it supports the growth of the electric vehicle industry and market development as more and more motorists and businesses choose electric vehicles.
I'd now like to call on the CEO of LG Professionals, Vicky Mayo, to announce the winners in the categories for over 100 population.
Thanks, Gavin. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of you for taking the time to reflect back on the year and the amazing initiatives, projects and programs you're all involved in. The diversity of work undertaken by local government never ceases to amaze me, and at a time when we're being challenged like never before, I applaud you all for the work you are undertaking with your communities. I congratulate you for your nominations, and it is my pleasure to announce the winners of the 2020 New South Wales Local Government Excellence Awards for Environmental Leadership and Sustainability. So as a reminder, it's now time to turn your video on if you haven't already done so. As I announce, in the category for over 100,000 population, this year the judges have awarded highly commended to the City of Canterbury Bankstown for the Eyes on It campaign. Congratulations to everyone involved from the City of Canterbury Bankstown. And now for the overall winner of the category for over 100,000 population. Congratulations goes to Northern Beaches Council for the Swap for Good business program.
Environmental Leadership and Sustainability for a population under 100,000. Byron Shire Council Integrated Pest Management Strategy. The Integrated Pest Management Strategy from 2019 to 2029 was developed as a result of Council's resolution to minimise the use of herbicides across the Byron Shire. Its delivery involved extensive collaboration with local community groups and ecologists, operational staff and government agencies over a number of years. During this time, trials of non-herbicide strategies such as biological controls, steam and mechanical techniques were refined, resulting in a significant reduction of herbicide use. City of Canada Bay Council, Canada Bay Emissions Reduction Action Plan. Council developed an emissions reduction action plan in response to growing community and council appetite for action on climate change. The plan is a whole of council and community response to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Council engaged with many stakeholders, including the Environmental Advisory Committee, staff from across council, and members of the community through interactive workshops. Community submissions were also incorporated into the plan. Clarence Valley Council, Coastal Emus and Koalas in the Clarence. The Coastal Emu and Koalas in the Clarence project aims to engage with residents of the Clarence Valley regarding natural resource management, with a focus on protection of endangered population of coastal emu and the vulnerable koala. Clarence Valley Council and New South Wales Government Environmental Trust are working to target actions consistent with threatened species objectives. The project increases our understanding of the current distribution of individual movement patterns and community interest in threatened species protection. In addition, the outcomes will increase awareness in the community regarding the threats to these populations of these iconic species, in turn promoting a change in behaviour and an on-the-ground action. Kiama Municipal Council, OK Organics Kiama. Kiama Municipal Council believes that with no landfill of its own, it must find a way to divert food and garden organics, which make up about half of the red lid garbage bin from landfill. In 2012, Council introduced its OK Organics Kiama waste service, which is capturing of food and waste from urban households. The service was rolled out across all urban waste zones and in a staged approach to enable Council to implement the comprehensive communication and education strategy effectively. Lane Cove Council Sustainability Levy Achievements. In 2007, Lane Cove Council introduced a special sustainability levy rate variance of 6%. The sustainability levy is allocated to a diverse range of projects that address the social, community, environmental and economic needs of our local community. The individual levy projects are managed by council staff who complete an application each year. The application must clearly outline the project goals, timelines, key expected outcomes, performance measures, and how the project relates to Council's sustainability objectives as set out in the Sustainability Action Plan. In 2019, the levy totalled $1.1 million and funded 42 projects achieving significant outcomes for the community. Waverley Council Building Futures. Building Futures is a free program targeting strata buildings with dedicated advice and support to deliver reductions in energy use and greenhouse emissions, as well as improved waste management. Waverley's Sustainability and Resilience team works directly with selected buildings to identify and implement cost-effective environmental solutions, empowering this traditionally hard-to-access sector to reduce common area energy use and emissions to move towards Council's ambitious net zero emissions target by 2050. Each building receives expert energy assessments, neighbours rating, cost efficiency upgrade recommendations, waste advice, match funding, expert implementation support, training and networking opportunities, and recognition for achieving targets. Woollahra Council, local government leading the way to encourage electric vehicles. Working to be a leader in improving sustainable transport outcomes across the LGA, Woollahra Council has successfully implemented amendments to the Woollahra Development Control Plan 2015 to encourage electric vehicle use. The amendments aim to support current and future electric vehicle users in our community by making it easier to install charging points and giving the community better access to them. Significantly, Woollahra is the first council in Australia to mandate that upgrade circuitry to facilitate electric vehicle vehicle charges is provided in all types of new residential and non-residential developments.
And I'm pleased to announce that the winning nomination in the category for under 100,000 population is Waverley Council for Building Futures. Congratulations.
That was an excellent reaction. Thank you, Nicola. Congratulations to all of our award winners and all of our nominations, people that nominated. For the highly commended and winners, there will be a chance to receive your trophies and have official photographs taken next year at the LGC Awards Dinner in June, which I've put the date down there for you, so please mark that in your diaries. We will also reach out to our winners and highly commended for a statement, and we'll be able to make the recording available so that you can share it amongst your colleagues at council. But thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much for supporting the LG Excellence Awards, and have a great week.